Well, good afternoon. Let me first say that we are lucky enough to have Nydia Velazquez with us, our great Congresswoman. And I just wanted to say thank you. She said, while everything is going to be said by everybody, she didn't want to drag it out, so she would yield her time to the rest of us, and we appreciate that. Over the years, this area known as DUMBO has changed dramatically. Anybody that's old enough to have been here even 5 and 10 years ago will recognize that. But a century ago, this building at 20 J Street housed Arbuckle Brothers, which was once the largest sugar and coffee shipping firm in the United States. And the space is now home to the DUMBO Tech Incubator, one of our city's network of incubators designed to help entrepreneurs get their ideas off the ground. And now our administration is teaming up with IFP, the Independent Filmmaker Project, to further transform that building into a place where artists and media entrepreneurs can come together to share ideas, collaborate, and create projects for the growing media market. Now, back in January, in my State of the City speech, I pledged to create such a space, and today we're excited to announce the launch of the Made in NY, Made in New York, Media Center. When it opens for business next May, it will provide 18,000 square feet of learning, networking, screening, and development space for professionals from a number of media industries, including film, television, advertising, social media, gaming, and marketing. Because really all of these industries are increasingly merging together. Today, consumers are not only viewing content on everything from tablets and smartphones to gaming consoles and internet-connected televisions, but they are looking to connect with media creators on sites like Tumblr and Facebook and Twitter as well. And the barriers between traditional media like film and TV and new media are increasingly falling away. And if artists and media entrepreneurs want to succeed in this changing landscape, they have to be able to collaborate in order to enlarge and engage their audiences. And that's what the Made in New York Media Center is all about. It will encourage further cross-fertilizing between the tech and media worlds, and it's designed to support creators, storytellers, and entrepreneurs in 3 key ways. First, the new Media Center will provide workspace for a range of needs, including short-term rental work areas, community workspaces during the day for individuals, extended rental workspaces for 2- and 3-person firms, and post-production sites. And together, these new workspaces and resources will help entrepreneurs move their ideas from concept to the market. Second, in addition to development space, the Media Center will offer a range of community and classroom spaces as well, and that includes conference rooms, a public cafe, a media arts gallery, and a 98-seat state-of-the-art screening and multimedia room, and that's the subway going by. The Media Center will partner with the Tech Resource Campus General Assembly to offer workshops and seminars for professionals at every stage of their careers. Classes will be available to Media Center members at discount rates, and they'll cover a range of topics, including creativity. Joan, come on up. Creativity and craft and technology and design and entrepreneurship and finance and cross-media strategy. Third and finally, to encourage collaboration among professionals from different fields, the Made in New York Media Center will feature a number of innovative programs, and that includes an incubator for what is called Transmedia, the first such government-sponsored incubator in the nation, we believe. In Transmedia, elements of a story are broadcast across multiple media platforms, with each making its own unique contribution. So comics might provide a backstory, games might allow users to explore the world, and a television series could present unfolding episodes. Now, if you don't understand transmedia, don't worry. You or your children will soon be using it. The most important thing to know is that our new Transmedia Center will create something we all understand is crucial, and that is more jobs. The startup culture in New York City has never been more exciting, I think, than it is today, and it's turning New York into a place to be for the tech community. An estimated 1,000 startups have been created in our city during the last 5 years, including Foursquare, Tumblr, Seamless, and Gilt Group. And to support this growing startup community, our administration has launched dozens of initiatives, from an early stage investment fund to a network of incubators to a digital map, mappedinNewYork.com, that shows which tech companies are hiring in the city and where they are. We've also continued to invest in our vibrant film and TV industry, an industry that supports something like 130,000 jobs and contributes more than $7 billion to our economy annually. Each year, approximately 200 film shoots on location throughout the 5 boroughs come here and create the jobs and create the excitement and tell the world about New York. There are a record 24 primetime television and online series based in the city, and 140 other television programs are made in New York. Many of them are shot at Brooklyn's largest production studio, Steiner Studios, which is represented today by Steiner Studios chairman Doug Steiner. The Made in New York Media Center will help bring professionals from our growing tech sector together with artists and entrepreneurs from our growing media industry. And I would like to start this program by inviting a woman whose leadership continues to be instrumental in this effort. I think instrumental is one of the great understatements. She really is the leader, and without her, this city would have a lot fewer jobs and a lot fewer tourists, and we'd be a lot less happy. So I want a nice round of applause for the Media and Entertainment Commissioner, Katherine Oliver. Katherine.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. It's really such an exciting time for the media and entertainment industry. Some people are saying it's truly a golden age, and we're seeing it change day by day. To see the creative community, the content creators, now working with technologists and engineers and finding new ways to tell stories, produce stories, distribute them, and then consume them. It's really quite fascinating. And I think that is the real focus of what we're trying to create with this digital media center here in Brooklyn, is to create that sense of community, a learning center, but also an opportunity for new businesses to grow. IFP is a great partner. They have a rich history in independent filmmaking in New York and beyond, and General Assembly, a new kind of company that's taking the technology world by storm and teaching folks about running businesses. We think it's such a perfect combination. I want to thank EDC for all of their support through this process, the folks at OMB for making this possible, Office of Management and Budget, and of course, Deputy Mayor Bob Steele and his team at City Hall, and the folks at the Mayor's Office of Media and Entertainment. We're so proud. This is bearing the Made in New York logo, made in Brooklyn now. So thank you.
Katherine, thank you. Katherine mentioned the city's Economic Development Corporation, which really has made supporting innovators a central part of its strategy to encourage more entrepreneurs, no matter what industry they are in, to make it here. So next on tap is the EDC president, Seth Pinsky. Seth.
Thank you, Mayor. Today is a great step forward in promoting entrepreneurship and innovation across a variety of sectors here in New York. And this is part of our ongoing efforts to both grow small businesses and also to support and revitalize the media sector here in Brooklyn and across the city, which, as the mayor said, has experienced phenomenal growth over the last several years. This media center will provide the opportunity for both existing and emerging media and entertainment companies not only to collaborate, but to utilize technology to become more competitive and to advance the industry in ways that many of us can't even imagine today. This Made in New York Center is going to join a network of 10 current and 2 forthcoming incubators across the city, including 2 existing incubators that are here in Brooklyn and 1 that we plan to open shortly. And these incubators in total are supporting over 500 companies, almost 900 jobs, with room for 1,000 more businesses over the next 3 years. We are looking forward to lots of good news coming out of this incubator, this new program, and this project, and we look forward to many more announcements in the days to come. Thank you very much.
Seth, thank you. The IFP, the Independent Filmmaker Project, helps filmmakers navigate the industry and promotes close interaction between creators and consumers. IFP is the perfect partner, we think, to help us develop this new center, and I'd like to invite its Executive Director, Joana Vicente, to share a few words. Joana?
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, President Pinsky and Commissioner Oliver. We are absolutely thrilled. This is a fantastic opportunity for the IFP to develop and operate the Media Center. The new Media Center will be an incubator for great stories and a showcase for new works, whether they're told through film, digital, games, or apps. Regardless of what tools are used, we'll be doing what we've done for 30 years, curating stories, supporting artists, and connecting storytellers to resources, investors, and audiences. Our vision for the Made in New York Media Center is to become the hub for digital storytellers of all kinds, using what only New York City has to offer: Madison Avenue, Wall Street, the publishing world, Silicon Alley, the film industry, and now the great mix of artists and entrepreneurs that is the creative community of DUMBO. Our goal is to nurture talent, create new business and jobs, and foster innovation and technology. We are thrilled to be partnering with General Assembly on our educational programs. Our advisory board is rapidly coming together under the leadership of one of the giants of the digital frontier, John Miller. We believe that nurturing good storytelling is good for New York, and it is good for the world. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for all you've done for our industry, and this will be a great part of your legacy. Thank you.
Thank you. Joana mentioned General Assembly. For those of you that don't know, General Assembly is a global network of educational campuses for technology, design, and entrepreneurship, and our next speaker is its co-founder, Matthew Brimer. Matthew?
Thank you. So it's very exciting, and General Assembly is very excited to be collaborating with the IFP, the Made in New York Media Center. We've been working on this for a while, and it's just phenomenal to see it all coming to fruition. I'd like to thank Mayor Bloomberg and the Mayor's Office for Media and Entertainment, the Economic Development Corporation, for everyone's continued support and the opportunity to bring education and community in technology, design, and entrepreneurship to even more New Yorkers. 2 years ago, or almost 2 years ago, in January of 2011, we launched General Assembly in partnership with the City of New York, and it's just been great to see the city really coming together around, the community and the growth in these areas. We actually recently just hit 21,000 students globally. Which is exciting. New York is our world headquarters, and we're very happy and looking forward to continue to build the community here and provide education as part of the Media Center in partnership with the other collaborators. So thank you very much.
Matthew, thank you. And I thought a Assembly member, Joan Millman, who's joined us, would like to share a few words with you, and then you're going to have the pleasure of listening for probably an hour and a half to the best borough president that Brooklyn has ever had since I became mayor. But first, Joan, I just wanted to give you a comparison of somebody who's short and concise and focused, and then you're going to listen to Marty and me. Joan?
I think what I should do is just say hello and congratulations and step off, because that's short and concise, right? But I want to tell you that the last time I took a tour, a walking tour of DUMBO, about 3 or 4 months ago, it's just amazing at the amount of startups that are here now, and how this synergy, I think is the correct word, of all these people like kind of feeding off one another and meeting under the arch and having lunch and sitting there and talking and sharing ideas. So to have an incubator right here in DUMBO is perfect. I also have to say, and it kind of gives away something, I was a school librarian years ago. I had a media center. You know what that meant? It meant I had an overhead projector and a very old tape recorder, and we were very thrilled to have both of those pieces of equipment. So I'm really anxious, Mr. Mayor, to come back when things are set up and see exactly what it is, because I know when I see a television show or a movie, and it's set in New York, I know right away. And if it's not set in New York, I know that right away, because it doesn't look, smell, or feel the same way. So to have all these people coming together in an incubator setup is a wonderful thing for our city. It brings new businesses, and it attracts more and more young and creative people. So I thank you for all your work, Mr. Mayor, and Deputy Mayor Steele, and of course Seth Pinsky. Many of these things would not happen with all of them working together with our best interests. Thank you again.
Carlo Scissura is here. He is the president and CEO of the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce, you should know. He has also ceded his time to Marty Markowitz. Marty?
He's good. My former chief of staff. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. My former chief of staff, and certainly Alexandra Sika, head of our DUMBO bid, and thank you, Mayor, very, very much. Another great thing. Today is, for those of us that are somewhat maturer, today is a special day that one of the world's greatest singers, probably one of the top 4 or 5 in modern history that came from Brooklyn, our gift to music, Barbra Streisand, tonight actually appears for her first time in Brooklyn. Amazing, and it's actually happening. It's very, very exciting, and I know that tonight, Mayor...
Is it tonight and tomorrow night?
Tonight and Saturday night. And basically, not only for Brooklynites and New Yorkers, but for those that lived in Brooklyn or in New York and made the mistake of moving to the burbs. So many of them are coming in for this show tonight. It really, really is unbelievable. So thank you. Commissioner Katherine Oliver, thank you for the great job in making New York City the media and entertainment capital of the world. And to our president and Brooklynite, Seth Pinsky of VDC, great work. To the Independent Filmmaker Project, Joana Vicente, as well as General Assembly. Now, we've come a long way since 1906, Mayor, back in the day when we called that day old media, when Vitagraph Studios in Flatbush ushered in the birth of movie making in America with early film stars. You won't believe it, but it's true. Al Jolson and Humphrey Bogart, Jimmy Stewart, Spencer Tracy, Jack Benny, Sammy Davis Jr., Ethel Merman, Bob Hope, and the Three Stooges. Always, Brooklyn has always been ready for its close-up, but the lens through which we view media and entertainment is changing big time, always changing. Today, Brooklyn is welcoming a new generation of media content creators and entrepreneurs and playing a major supporting role in the story of New York City as a media and entertainment destination. We have it all here in Brooklyn, the old and the new. Movie and television production at Steiner Studios, the largest studio outside of La La Land. And David and Doug Steiner were visionaries who saw the potential in Brooklyn's character and characters. And soon home to the Graduate School of Cinema at Brooklyn College, the first film school in the country located on a working studio lot. Will help expand Steiner Studios even more, and Broadway stages doing great work. Now here, in Brooklyn's rapidly expanding tech triangle, where digital media startups are setting up shop, and let's not forget Brooklyn's independent filmmaking scene, which you can see showcased at the annual Brooklyn Film Festival in Williamsburg, and RealWorks, which matches at-risk teens with mentors in the film industry, all helping to tell their stories and create the next generation of young filmmakers. Now, with all this going on, Made in New York Media Center is exactly the type of forward-thinking hub that we need today for the creative epicenter of New York, which is right here in Brooklyn, and nurture the jobs of tomorrow. The worlds of film and television, advertising, marketing, branding, games, apps, and who knows what's coming next, who knows? And other emerging media will all converge under this one roof. And I can't think of anything better than the Made in New York Media Center, Mayor, being made in Brooklyn. You know what we say, right here in Dumbo, how sweet it is. Thank you very, very much.
Marty, thank you. Before we take questions, I just wanted to thank Mesh Architecturas, which is designing the new space, for their great work on this project, and also David and Jed Walentis of Two Trees Management Company, who will be working with IFP to develop the new media center for their partnership. These two guys saw the potential in this community when many of these buildings were vacant or underutilized, and today it is one of the city's hottest neighborhoods, and their whole family is to be congratulated. They really have made a big difference for this city. Let me just summarize for our Spanish-speaking audience today's announcement. La industria del cine y la televisión sigue creciendo en nuestra ciudad. Estamos creando un nuevo centro de ayuda para productores independientes para seguir fomentando su éxito. And with that, be happy to take some questions.